Welcome back. Let's continue by learning transits and how we are reading them as a legend. So what is transit? Transit is the location, the current location of the sky, and we can learn where the planets today on top of a natal chart that we are measuring. For example, this is your natal chart. The ascendant is in Aries. We know that if this Aries, this is Libra. And if this Libra, this will be Capricorn. And this, if Capricorn, the opposite of Capricorn is Cancer, right? So let's take example that your Saturn is in the 11th house, that if this is Capricorn, this is Aquarius to open the 11th house. Okay? So you have Saturn in Aquarius. What that means? You born, for this example, in 1991. Okay, you born in 1991. You have Saturn in Aquarius. Right now, we are taking another circle on top of your natal chart, and we can see the planets are in different places. For example, you born in April. You born in April, meaning that your sun is also in Aries. So right now, Saturn, we are seeing now in the outer planet, Saturn is exactly here. It's exactly here, is a Saturn return. Saturn completed 30 years, even that we start seeing Saturn coming back after between 28 to 30 years, and is back in where it was in sky when you born. And let's imagine that right now we are in 2022 and the sun is here. So we can say, if this is Leo and your ascendant is Aries, so also the transit sun is doing what? How many signs difference? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 signs different is 4 times 30, 120 degrees. What is 120 degrees? A trine, a trine. So we can say that transit sun, and here is natal. Here, right now, the sun is in Leo, and your natal sun is in Aries because you're born in April. So we can say that the sun is trining the natal sun. And because Saturn came back to your Saturn, we can also say that Saturn conjunct Saturn. Conjunct Saturn. We also could say, because we see that the natal, the transit Saturn, is opposing the transit Sun. This is another chart. We can divide and describe the information differently. If I'm doing now a weekly horoscope of the time that I'm measuring the chart, I will say right now Saturn opposing the Sun. And then we are seeing also that Saturn transit conjunct Saturn natal. And we could also say that Sun transit opposing Saturn natal. All we are seeing here is natal. Thus, we are describing the transits. Okay? And if I'm putting here transit Neptune, right now, for example, just for the example, Neptune is in Libra. Just for the example. So we are seeing that Neptune is in the 7th house, and Neptune is opposing the ascendant, your ascendant. We also can say that Neptune transit is opposing the ascendant. Okay? When Neptune is opposing the ascendant, this is new opportunity, new vision, new story in relationships also can be, or in the desire, in the interaction of the person. It also could be like seeing life in rosy glasses, as Neptune giving illusion in the relationship thing, and the person is losing its ego because Neptune is opposing the AC, which is the beginning of Aries, where the ascendant, where the initial identity of you coming. We also could describe Neptune to the natal sun. So, mission of this class is to help you understanding engagement with a chart, that you understand what you see and how the geometry is working, the interpretation of the chart, and to predict the archetypes can be a very gradual and slow process, and I consider myself still learning astrology. Those are so many archetypes and so many scenarios that we could add in order to understand what means, because nothing is black or white. It's all mixed in the energy of each other, and we'll learn to do with it a song. Okay, just for the sake of Saturn return, uh, we can realize maturity. This is why it's taking 30 years, and the next Saturn return will happen in 60 years, and then in 90. So this is a time of foundation, maturity, and the person starting to realize its mission, or to start a cycle to realize its mission, to grow, to become a mature. It's all about maturity. So this is what I wanted to illustrate in this class, understanding reading of transit on natal chart and how to interact with them and how to read and write them. This is all going to serve us for the AstroFinance method to predict market and to understand the dynamic, to draw a chart, to realize where we are. I'll see you in the next class. Repeat on the knowledge, practice on natal chart of different events and people, and start to feel the planets and the story that are written, and you will start seeing things clearer and clearer as you practice and let yourself time to observe into the phenomena.